Are your valuables safe from theft or natural hazards? As preppers, we like to have stuff in a secure location where it's hidden from the prying eyes. This is a product that might be a great idea for just that kind of thing. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I wanted to show you this today because this is more for caching your valuable supplies, maybe a small bit of survival gear, maybe some precious metals, whatever. I've never been a big believer of caching valuables. However, I am a big believer of caching supplies around in an area where you live, so maybe you can get to them if you're out of you're out of pocket when a disaster hits. Let's say I'm across town and a huge earthquake hits and I don't have anything with me. Well, I know that on my phone app or wherever I have little marked areas, or even written down on a piece of paper, which is best. I have marked areas with GPS coordinates where I can go find caches. Say I want to put some food or water or a fire starter or maybe a good survival knife or whatever. Something like this really comes in handy. So that's how this works. Now, this is kind of a unique system because this allows you to reuse it without making a big mess out of everything. The basic premise of this thing is you're going to dig a hole. You're going to bury this tube right here. This is just a big clear plastic PVC tube. You're going to take your DirtyMan safe and fill it up. You'll notice there's a hole in the bottom, and that's the lid. You're going to fill it up with what you want in there. We are going to put some stuff in this. This is actually going to be a long-term review, where in 6 months I'm going to dig this up. We're going to see what happens. Then you're going to put this lid over it, and you'll notice this lid has a slit. That's for this guy here. So if you bury this, and you put this in it, and you bury it all in there, this is easy to pull out now. You just take that and yank it out, and it's got a nice big steel. I have some rubber bands around it right now to hold it in place, but it's got a big steel cable there, so you can pull it right up from the dirt without any kind of problems. So it's definitely an innovative little item. It's a patent-pending underground burial safe that makes it easy to install and retrieve your valuables at a moment's notice. All constructed of ABS plastic material, very rugged. It's rated for 50-plus years, although I think it would probably last a lot longer than that. And all parts of this are metal detector resistant and waterproof. Now, I don't know about the cable here, but they do address that. And there's an interesting little accessory that comes with this, and it's in this little baggie here. You'll notice there's some steel ball bearings in there. Now, these are used to seed the area around. So let's say somebody comes in looking for valuables. Oh, we got a hit. They start digging it up, and all they find is a bunch of ball bearings. You know, you're going to seed them around everywhere, and even over the safe at a lower distance, so they're not digging all the way down. And we are going to get into metal detecting a little bit later on in the channel. I want to show you the benefits of metal detecting for preppers and survivalists because it does come in handy. But that's what this is for. This is to seed the area around it. Now, again, I know there's a lot of folks who will tell me that, oh yeah, law enforcement has, better metal detectors, and they can know that if it's been seeded, and even the cheaper metal detectors now know that. We're not looking to hide anything illegal. We're looking to keep some survival supplies hidden away somewhere, so if something really bad happens, and it's a dire emergency, and maybe I can't get home for a while, I know I got something in here. Now, this is the smaller version of this, but there are 3 types. The smallest one is the Dirty Girl, okay, and that's a 2 by 10 inch storage tube. This is the DirtyMan, okay, and this is a 3 by 10 inch tube. And then there is the Dirty Old Man, which is a 4 by 10 inch tube with a 6-inch sleeve and cap, okay. So basically, this is the middle of the road kind of version here, and I think I'm going to still be able to get some stuff in here. I do have some stuff that I'm going to be putting in, and we'll get to that in a minute. So this does come with silicone packs inside to keep the moisture down if you want to put these packages and these desiccant packs in there. All right, I'll probably throw a couple of these in here. I'm not really putting anything that I'm worried about getting wet, but we'll still stick them in there. I wouldn't put an oxygen absorber in there simply because I don't want this thing to become airtight and impossible to open. I want to be able to get at this fairly quick. You will know it does have some Teflon tape around it, and I would replace that every time I dig it up and open it up and see, But all in all, this should be fairly simple to do. Now, a lot of folks will say, hey, I could build that myself, blah, blah, blah. Well, good. That's fine. This isn't for those folks. This is for people who maybe want a simple, quick, easy solution where they can just throw this thing together, build it, and be ready to go. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to explain to you how this works. They do give you instructions. You're going to dig a hole, okay, about 7 inches wide by 25 inches deep. You're going to put the sleeve into the hole, insert the sleeve into the safe into the sleeve, place the sleeve cap over with the cable through the slot, and you're going to cover up the hole, and that's it. When you want to remove it, you find your location, and don't forget to mark your locations, folks. Position yourself, pull handle up, and there you go. And you can put it right back in there. So, what you want to do also, too, is make sure that you leave the area exactly as you found it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mark the area in my backyard because I know I'll forget. This is for testing purposes, and that's why I'm putting it in my backyard. If this was a serious cache, it certainly wouldn't be in my backyard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mark the area with a rock. I'm going to just put it over there so in 6 months from now I remember where the heck I put it. And we're going to dig down. Now you will need a pair of post hole diggers, to get down in there and open it up. So we're going to get started on that because that's going to take a little bit because this is caliche soil out here. Once I have that dug out, we'll bring this out and put it inside and show you what it's all about. All right, so the sleeve is in the ground, and note to self, save digging for wintertime. It's hot out there, but I got it done. By the way, first time using a post hole digger, and wow, does that make easy work. So anyway, I wanted to show you before we put this into it, I wanted to show you what we're going to be putting inside. This is just a sampling of things. I mean, basically it's stuff that I had sitting around, survival prepper type stuff that I had sitting around. So we're going to try and put all this in here. I don't know how much is going to fit, but let's go with the drinking water. And what we'll do is, I figure 6 months. I don't want to go a year because I'll forget to do the video. But 6 months, got some little chicken flavored rice and soup mix. I figure in 6 months we'll dig it up, a little instant oatmeal, and we'll try the food and see if everything survived. And because like I said, the sun and the heat and everything destroys everything out here. All right, we got a fire starter kit from Zippo. It has the little flicker on top and the fire starter wheels on the bottom. A little bit of tinder and half a thing of fire rope. So that should fit all in there pretty neat. We're going to seal up the bottom here, and I may have to get a wrench on here to seal it, my outside wrench. So we're going to seal that up really tight. I'm going to take you outside and show you what the sleeve and hole looks like. All right, so there you go. There is the hole, and the sleeve is inside of it. I may have to dig out a little bit around the sleeve because I got to put the cap on, and I haven't done that yet. But as you can tell, this is going to be real simple. We're going to drop it in there and show you how it works. Let me show you that real quick. All right. So that just goes down in here. If I can, geez, get in there. All right. Now we got that cable hanging out. I'm going to get it all set up for you and bring it in close and show you what it looks like when we have that buried and covered with just the cable sticking out, and then we're going to bury the whole thing. All right, so I got the lid on, and there are little spacers underneath the lid that will only let it go down so far. So that's why it seems it's a little bit higher than the piece. So remember that when you're burying it. I still have a good amount of dirt to cover up there. But remember when you're burying it, you're going to have about this much extra on top of your tube. My tube was flush down all the way in there with a good 6 inches above it, but then that piece is up there. So you see how I ran the wire through the top? And what we're going to do now is just cover it up, and we'll cover it up first, and then I'm going to cover it up and see how well I can make it look like absolutely nothing was there. All right, and wrap it up here, folks. That's what it looks like. Now, again, it's not perfect. I'm sure a professional could probably come here and say, hey, this area was disturbed, but this is in my backyard. I'm not looking to hide this. There's nothing in there I'm going to want to hide. It's just a basic bunch of supplies. We'll test them out in 6 months to see how it went. You'll notice the rock in the middle there. That's kind of my marker. I want you guys to see that. It kind of looks just like every other rock out here, no big deal. But that's how I'll know. Now, if it gets moved, I kind of have an idea where this thing is. I have a water line that runs right there, over on the side with a hose. Let me back you up a little bit to let you see what it looks like. So you see, I got my hose right there. I can kind of do a little line from that, about a 45-degree angle into that. So, I have an idea where it's going to be, and if I'm a little off, no big deal. But that gives me an idea where it is. Could I have disguised it a little better? Yeah. But you can see, it hides pretty well. And my backyard looks like this naturally from where I've scraped rock and stuff. So, nothing too unusual about it. Gotta say, those post hole diggers, awesome. The Husky post hole digger, I picked it up at Home Depot. That thing was great. I've never used one before, and I gotta say I made easy work out of it. Although I do have to remember when doing these kind of heavy digging videos to do them in the wintertime. But hey, you know what? Survival happens when it happens. You don't have a choice. So good to get out and practice a little bit, even if it's in your backyard. And I've been saying that all along. So I definitely like it. You can check out the site. I will put the link down below where you can check out the site for the DirtyMan safes. There's 3 different sizes. Check out which size works for you. I would say that medium size is a pretty good middle of the road type thing. And as I'm looking at this now, I see I'm going to kick some more rocks over things. But I'd say that medium one was pretty good, all in all. Definitely did its job. So we'll pull it up in 6 months and see how it did. See if everything is preserved and safe in there. I did tighten up the bottom of the safe a little bit. I used my the wrench that I use on my my water barrels and stuff, and my 5-gallon buckets with that wrench on top. I forget the name of it, but I used that wrench to tighten it up. So it's good and sealed. We'll see what it looks like in 6 months from now. Anyway, folks, the link for it will be down below. Check it out. See if you like it. Don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store down there. If there's nothing in the store you like, just click the link. Shop as you normally would. We do appreciate when you do that. It does help us out a whole lot. It doesn't cost you anything. We have our freeze-dried wholesaler link. Don't forget to check out the sales going on right now. And my link will save you 15% on anything you buy. So definitely check out freeze-dried wholesalers. Our Thrive Life link. All our freeze-dried food down there. And of course, our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. This month's special, coming to the end of the month, 4-week kit, under $200, $80 off on a 4-week food kit. 25-year shelf life, peace of mind for a long time. So check it out. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.